So I have something really different, maybe not really different, but something unusual to show you. I never thought we will be painting anything with Marvel as a general theme of the game, but now here it is. New game made by Atomic Mass Games, which is called Marvel's Crisis Protocol. As you see, I don't know nothing about the rules. I only know that some of the people from Private Press are designers, or at least involved in the game. So yeah, I'm guessing on the rules side it's pretty good, but I'm not here to discuss the rules because I'm not into gaming really. I'm not into gaming. I was very much into War Machine, but now I'm fairly out of the loop. So yeah, we don't do that. But we will discuss the miniatures which are involved in the game. We just recently finished a commission which involves the core set and a few expansions. So the purpose of the video is to show you how the quality of the miniatures and overall design and our paint job, because why not? Okay, so let's start with the core game. I will remove the miniatures from the expansions. This guy and this guy. So in the core set you will receive 10 miniatures. I'm not very familiar with Marvel lore. I only knew them from the movies, which I didn't watch really. I only saw a couple of clips on YouTube, so I know something, but not a lot about the Marvel characters and the overall lore of the comics. But I know these are the good guys and these are the villains, so that much I know. And yeah, so let's start by talking about the quality of the miniatures. So it's decent. It's pretty decent. I think the casting and all the other stuff. It's like on the one side of the spectrum is are miniatures from Games Workshops, which I think are state of the art in the casting and overall technology of producing miniatures. And on the other spectrum are, I don't know, some like very poor Reaper bones miniatures from some kind of soft gummy plastic. So these guys are like a little bit from the middle to the side of Games Workshop or Games Workshop quality. They are all hard plastic, which is very good, and I would compare them to the hard plastic miniatures from Private Press. So you have like the new designs for jacks which are cast in the hard plastic. It's very close. Obviously the scale is smaller, but overall quality is very similar. So yeah, so I think they are, in the conclusion, I think they are pretty good, and the sculpt quality or the miniature material quality shouldn't be an issue in here. And another thing to discuss could be design, and I think it's really up to you to decide if you like them. Here is Spider-Man. They are pretty accurate to design from the comics, so I believe it's good. Here is Iron Man. I believe it's good idea to keep them pretty close to the. Here is Captain Marvel. I think it's pretty good to keep them like lore accurate, but it's really a matter of personal taste. Here is Captain America. The good guys are all very in colors similar to American flag. I don't know if it's the accident or they pick just that set of heroes. I think it's the Black Widow. I can mix up few names because I only paint them. I'm not really that much into the game or the comics, but they are very, very nice to paint. It was very good experience, and I'm guessing they are not very friendly for starting painters, so they require some skill to get them right, because they have all the necessary detail, but it will be your job to showcase them. If you screw up the paint job, you can hide a lot of the quality of the model. I compare it mostly to the in-games workshop models, which are so detailed. You can wash over them, and it's still very nice miniature to look at. It's very hard to completely hide the details under the paint, so you need to do a really, really bad job to make Games Workshop miniatures completely ugly. In this case, you will need a little bit of skill to get them on the normal level, because the details are there, but it is very easy to hide them if you're not skillful painter. But I guess with at least decent skills, you'll manage to do this. Yeah, so these are the bad guys. And all of them are really cool designs, and if you like the comics and you like the overall style of the Marvel characters, you should be very happy with what you get from the core box. And they are very practical for the game, because you have this scale is the most common. I would prefer them a little bit bigger, but they are bigger than the Infinity, which is on the smaller side, but not as big as. They are actually a little bit bigger than, maybe a little bit taller but slimmer than Space Marines, but I guess it's pretty close. Anyway, so yeah, that's the core box and all the miniatures from the core box. So with these guys, you're still getting quite a lot of terrain. I'm guessing you are playing on the map, which is some kind of like cityscape, but you will get some buildings, some cars, and another terrain pieces to put between the models on the map. So we didn't paint them because we paint mostly the miniatures. We could, but we will order to only do the miniatures. And yeah, I think that in the terms of miniatures, the core box is pretty worth it. You get pretty decent value for the price. And yeah, and then you can buy expansion packs, which are mostly they mostly contains like one big miniature and two smaller ones. So these guys are one expansion pack. It's Black Panther and his like his brother or villain on the bad guy. And yeah, this is like separate expansion pack, and they are the same quality, so they fit pretty nicely into the starter pack or the core set. And I really like this guy. I don't know enough about the Marvel universe to I didn't know who he is, and I thought it's like the caricature of Thanos, but it isn't. It's like separate guy who obviously during some crazy experiment got his like main head enlarged, but everything else stayed the same. So he needs like this floating throne to move, and I'm guessing it's the villain. So, but it's I never knew this design, so it was really fun to paint, and I was pretty surprised to see this. And yeah, it was really cool miniature to paint. And I really like to show it to people and say it's from Marvel, because I get the same impression I had at the beginning. Obviously, we need Hulk. Here is it, and he is like another expansion pack. So it's like single miniature expansion pack, but it's Hulk. So I'm guessing it's worth it. He's green and he has violet pants, so like everything in very standard colors. We was ordered to keep the standard color scheme on the miniatures, and I think it's fine. You really, when you're collecting game that resembles your favorite comics, I'm guessing you want to have them pretty accurate to the description from the comics. But we could do, I would be happy to do like the Black Spider-Man or something quite different. Black Spider-Man, like the Venom, which is also single miniature expansion pack. I really don't know what these expansions do and how they play the role in the game. So you'll need to do the research. If you are interested in the game, you will need to do the research on your own. But I will try to put all the materials and reference links in the description box, so you can use it to explore more the details about the game. But yeah, if you like Marvel, if you like nice miniatures, and you like to play the smaller scale skirmish games, it may be something for you. you definitely don't need to worry about anything on the side of miniatures. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this small showcase, and if you like it, and if you like this type of content, subscribe, and I will try to do more showcases about our studio work. And if you want to have your own set of Marvel miniatures painted by us, feel free to contact me and we will be happy to paint them for you.